Good evening, it's Brian here at Fitzpatrick's Garage, Dublin Road, Kildare. This is our 2019 Honda HRV. This is a 1.5 petrol VTEC version. So this one is now for sale. It's been part of our fleet, so it's at a discounted price. So we're going to have a bit of a drive in the car and then we're going to have a look around it. And if there's any information you want on the car, just give me a call. So the best way to get me, 086 843 1945, call, text, WhatsApp, whatever suits. If you want information on trading in your car, if you want information about finance, if you want information about this car, anything at all, as you're saying, call, text, WhatsApp, whatever suits you, and I'll be happy to run through everything with you. This car, as we were saying, we own the car since brand new. So at the moment, as the time of the video, it's got somewhere in the region of about 3,000 or so kilometers. I think it'll probably have 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 kilometers by the time, if you are the interested person, if you do come to buy it. We are a family-run business in operation for almost 70 years. So if you're spending a lot of money on a car like this, you know there's going to be a good after-sale service. One thing I'd like to point out, there's small little stickers. They are our website. If you want to see pictures or anything like that of the car, www.fitzpatricksgarages.ie. All they are is little transfer stickers, so we'll be taking them off before the car is sold. Anyway, one of the things I do like about these cars is how they drive, and you're going to see that throughout the video. Really good acceleration. It's a 1.5, 130 horsepower engine, really punchy. Let's have a look, see how it accelerates. So we're just about to join the motorway. Into first, up into second. I'm not being hard on the car. It's a really, really punchy engine, 100 kilometers an hour. So some of the things I like about these cars is really they're quite fun to drive. They're really quick. It's a 1.5, it's 130 horsepower. Gets up through the gears really, really fast. But what's also lovely is this gear stick is sweet. So 5, 4, 3, 4, 5. It's really nice. Where it is nice because it's accessible, so you're not reaching or anything like that. But it's just, there's nice short little throws in it, so it feels really nice. And the main thing probably for a lot of people on these cars is visibility all around the place. So you're up high. Again, I have the seat probably adjusted. Well, I can go higher actually, so I can go all the way up here, or for most people I think they might go halfway, let it down a bit, but you still feel high off the ground. But what a lot of people like is the fact they're high off the ground, the visibility is good, but it's not an absolutely massive car. So as you can see, I really rate them highly in terms of how they drive. They drive really, really nice. This is the facelifted version of the HRV. So what do I mean with that? Significant features. First of all, we have nice LED daytime running lights. The headlights have now become projectors, so dipped headlight here, full headlight in through there. And front fog lights are standard on this particular one because it's the ES. Parking sensors are standard across the front. And it also has that solid wing face now, which is a really distinctive looking front end on the car. The car is what's called Milano Red, which actually was always a super popular colour in the Civic, and they put it into Rally Red and a lot of people miss it. So this is the colour Milano Red. It's been around for years in Honda. Really, really popular colour. Rear of the car has nice LED taillights, which I must turn on. After that then there is a nice chrome exhaust cover on the rear of the silencer. There is parking sensors down along the back of the car. There is more chrome along just over the rear license plate. Windows have now become tinted on this particular ES model, and for 2019 we have those new 17-inch I don't know what the name or how you describe it. It's that kind of twisted looking finish, which always was a characteristic of Honda wheels, so they make it look really, really sporty overall. So the car, as we were saying, is really nice to drive. It's well equipped from what you can see on the outside. And I was just about to finish on the outside on that note, but then I realised I'd left some stuff out. So first of all, the headlights, as we saw already, are those newer projector headlights, but the cool thing about them is they are automatic. So you see with a lot of cars, you basically unlock the car and the headlights come on. But the other cool thing about them as well is when you meet traffic they dip, and when you go back into an unlit area they go full, all by themselves. The other thing I was going to say to you is, using this key here, we have the full open function on the windows, or similarly I can lock the car and lock the windows by using just the key. And watch the wing mirrors, they also retract as well. One other thing as well, which I missed on the back a second ago, was, as we were saying, there is LED tail lights in through there. So anyway, let's have a look to see what's inside this car. So the boot actually in the HRV is quite good, very comparable to the ever popular Nissan Qashqai, even though the Qashqai is technically a slightly larger segment car, but they have compared it to that, so it is definitely a big boot. Nobody that comes to look at the boots in these is generally unhappy, so I think we're going to be very happy overall. They've also now put in a solid parcel shelf on the back for 2019, and there's more storage in through here if we open up this section in through there, which we can recess a spare wheel, or we can hide stuff, or it's just more storage. So there's actually a big literage overall, and that's what makes it such a big literage boot when you compare it to some of the slightly bigger. Before we continue on the inside, I want to show you one other thing, which is to do with safety. There's a lot of safety on this car. So emergency brake assist, emergency brake distribution, there is forward collision mitigation, there's anti-lock brakes. Essentially, to summarise, what that means is you slam on the brakes in a car like this, that means full braking pressure is applied, you can't lock up. Secondly, it's going to move around braking pressure to the wheels that have the most amount of grip, depending what kind of surface underneath you. And third, if you don't even hit the brakes under 32 kilometers an hour, it's going to try and stop you from hitting the object once it senses that you haven't reacted in time. So continuing to the rear of the car, because it is a sporty coupe style SUV, the rear door handles are recessed so you can't see them. Secondly, this car is now made in Japan, and they're making some nice materials that they're using in these cars for 2019. In around here there is a chrome surround around the speaker. This is a nice leather door handle, and then after that there is more chrome surrounds and chrome and door handles. Now this is one cool thing on the HRV. Okay, it's got 3-point safety belts, it's got 3 head restraints, it's got an armrest in through the center. There is a kangaroo pocket over here. I'm coming to it about the interesting thing that I was talking to you about. There's a 12-volt power outlet in through here. The condition of the car is absolutely perfect, but that's because it is a nearly new car. Now, what we were going to say was, if we let down the headrest here, for example on this side, I'd grab this lever in through here, and then I just push the seat forward, and now it is flat. And if I do the same thing on the other side, we end up with a load area that is basically comparable to that of a small light commercial vehicle. However, that function also allows it to do one other thing, which is allow the seats to recline, which makes it much more comfortable for your passengers. And secondly, it also has the magic function, which means you can get a tall mode if you have anything really awkward that you want to get into the back of the car. Legroom is really, really good on these cars. Really good, and I'm not just saying that. This is based on the Jazz, which for the size of the car was an unbelievable amount of space in the back. I'm 6 foot, so I've got good headroom back through here. Check out, and that's exactly how I'd sit in the car. Look how much space is in front of me. For that size, or for this segment of car, there's so much legroom in the back of these cars. The lights over my head are a nice stylish LED. Let's have a look to see what's happening in the front of the vehicle. I use this nice chrome door handle to get into the front of the car. My wing mirrors even are coming back out. Over here again, same nice materials on the door cards, including electrics for windows and mirrors this time because we're up front. In through here we have our functions for economy. Economy, basically, if we depress that button, it's going to reduce how aggressive the cruise control is and also how aggressive the air conditioner is. In terms of the inside of the car, this is the startup sequence we get when we start the clocks. And then everything appears. Back down here again, we have lane change warning. So again, as I was saying, it's a very safe car. Lane change warning, if you drift out of your lane, it's going to warn you you've drifted out of your lane unless you have used your indicator to warn the other person behind you what you're doing. After that then, there is traction control in through here. As we were saying, same thing. On a wet roundabout, it's going to stop the rear end of the car getting out of shape. There is an alarm, which goes with the immobilizer for security. The wipers are automated. The lights in through here are automated that we talked about already. Okay, what's going on with the clocks? So when we start the car, over in through here, we use these buttons here on the steering wheel, and by pulling them back towards us, we get information which is going to be things like fuel usage. We're going to get things like average fuel usage, which is 6.6 litres per 100 kilometres, which is somewhere in the region of early 40s in terms of miles per gallon. Most people that drive these, 6-ish is what they're normally doing. After that then, this is speed sign recognizer, so it tells you if you are in a 60, 80, 100 kilometre an hour zone, whatever that is. There is, after that, more information which is for doing things like your next service due, safety belts not being worn, speed warnings if you want them, average speed, how long the car has been running. This red section around through here actually changes to green. So if you're driving economically, it's actually going to, I'm going to try and display it here now for a sec by going backwards. I'm going to come back to a reverse camera in a sec. So if we're driving economically, you see the way it turns green. However, if I floor the car, probably downhill, which isn't a great idea, but anyway, let's see what happens. Actually, I might do that going backwards because we'll end up in the gate otherwise. So you see the way it's gone red now because I'm being quite uneconomical even. Now we're back to green. So it varies between red, yellow and green, which is deadly because it's it kind of forces you to drive economically because you become more aware of what you're doing. Over there then, revolution counter, eco function switched on, and then up and down telling me to change gears in the most economical fashion possible. Armrest in through here, which slides backwards and forwards, drinks holders in through here. I press this button, we can have a slightly less deep drinks holder. We talked about this sweet gear knob, gear stick and gear change already. I've got a warning, not a warning, I've got at a traffic light, sometimes you might pull up, and to avoid you unnecessarily using extra fuel, the engine revolutions might stop. That's to turn the function on or off. When you go to drive away, the engine automatically starts straight back up. Over here then, there is a little tunnel in through here for HDMI, 2 USB connectors, so you can charge 2 phones and play music from either phone. We have heating for the passenger, heating for the driver. There is front and rear windscreen demisters, and the rear windscreen demisters also demist the wing mirrors. Synchronize everything if you want to control everything from your side, or have your passenger do their own thing on the other side in through there as well. Moving up into the screen, as we saw already, when we went for reverse, we got a reverse camera. So camera's got a couple of functions. We can have a normal panoramic view, or we can have a pretty much more normal centered view, or we can also have a view that looks straight down. And what's also nice about them is as I turn the steering wheel, see the way the trajectory lines move. However, we talked about parking sensors. So if I go back towards this Corolla, hopefully, sensor's going to make noise, and I even get a warning up through here. When I go forward towards this Mercedes, sure, we might as well make it an expensive one if we're going to hit something. Parking sensors as well. Other things on this screen include all your functionality for radio and phone. So if I go in and I select OK, first of all you can see we have Garmin navigation in through there, all touch and swipe and pretty easy to use. Audio is in through here, just for what radio station or where you want the music to come from in terms of your source. Things like FM, medium wave, digital radio, CD. A lot of people think they're gone in cars, we still have them on the HRV here. And then after that we'll say Bluetoothing music, streaming from Spotify and all that stuff. Mobile phone in through here, trip information in through here, navigation we saw, AHA, which is internet radio, and then I've got a few more functions in here, even things like an internet browser. For some reason I don't seem to be able to talk for the last 2 minutes, sorry about that, all coming out wrong. Anyway, that is pretty much an overview of our Honda HRV. So if you're sitting in the car, this is the view that you get. Other things on the steering wheel, actually I forgot. Cruise control with an intelligent speed limiter, which means if you're driving into a speed zone, it's 50 kilometers an hour, it'll beep to say you're gone into a 50 kilometer an hour zone, do something about it. These were the buttons that we were using to manipulate the information up through here. This is our Bluetooth information, and this is radio manipulation in through here. As we're saying, yeah, this is the kind of view that if you buy a car, that is exactly what you're going to be looking at if you're driving the car, and that's what your dash is like over there on that side. So I think they're a very nice car, I would say that, but then again I really do love this product. They're fun to drive, there's a bit of get up and go on them, and do you know what's nice? It's something different. Everyone's got a Qashqai, everyone's got a Tucson, everyone's got all these other kind of SUVs that you see up and down the road all day every day. If you want something different, HRV is different, and it's actually fun to drive. So we can take any trade-in that you have, we can organise finance on a car like this. If there's anything you want to know before you travel, Brian is my name, 086 843 1945. If there's any information that I haven't given you on the video, please just give me a shout and I'll be happy to answer it, or I can send you another video which is more personal. If you've managed to watch the whole video, I really appreciate it, and thank you for taking time to watch.